You want to eat this again and again and again. This is so good, guys. I tell you, this is flavor. It's amazing. The pepper, it's just right. The oil, the taste, the aroma is so on point. It's just. Hello beauty, so today I am going to show you how to make the Nigerian goat meat stew that breaks all the rules. It's so yummy, it's so good, and here are all my ingredients. I will be introducing you to them one after the other. And here I got my goat meat. It's frozen. This is a whole lap of a goat, a very matured goat is what I got in the market when I went yesterday. And then to that I added salt, onion powder, and I'm going to go in with some thyme, some rosemary leaves, some curry, some ginger powder, some garlic powder, some coriander powder. I'm going to go in with some black pepper, and I am going to go in with some seasoning cubes, of course, and then I'm adding this mixed spices. It's very nice. I'm going to go in with that as well. So this meat is well seasoned, it's well spiced, and I'm going to go in with some water, and I'll cover and begin the cooking process. And guys, this meat is frozen, and I didn't even bother. It's washed already when I brought it from the market, frozen, and it will disintegrate on fire. This is for lunch. I don't want to waste time. So here I have prepped my ingredients, and I got about 8 large medium-sized onions. I got some ginger, some garlic, and about 3 tomatoes, 2 bell peppers, and I am going to start by blending all of them. I'll start by blending the ginger and the garlic so it can get smooth before we blend the rest, because I don't want a very smooth consistency and I don't want granules of ginger and garlic in the stew. It's stew we're making, all right? So I blended that, and I added the sweet long peppers, that's the thaT, into it, and then there's some scotch bonnet peppers, and of course about 3 tomatoes. And I am going to go in with about 5 or 6 of my onions. I reserved 2 of the onions because we're going to cut that and start frying our stew with it. I just love how rich and beautiful these onions look, after prepping them. The colors are so cute, in between purpley, white, I don't know, it's just some hue of lilac. I love these onions. I love onions. This stew is so different. It's not even going to smell like goat meat. If you have problems eating goat meat and you don't like the smell of goat meat, this stew is for you. It goes perfectly with some rice, it goes perfectly with some yam, it goes perfectly with some boiled potatoes. You can use it as a sauce base for anything you want to eat. It can form your sauce or your dipping sauce. It's fantastic. So I've blended that, and I'm going to set that aside, and we are going to proceed and cut our onions. So back to our goat meat, and I am going to check and see if it's cooking well. It's preferable you use the male goat meat for this stew, but when I went to the market, it was finished, so I had to buy the male goat, so it took longer to cook, and you don't want that. Always go for the female goat, okay? So I poured all my blended peppers that I just prepped into this sauce. Guys, this is flavor. Trust me, this stew, it's so good. So after cooking this, when the meat is almost done and our sauce is beginning to thicken up, I'm going to check to see if it's done. It's not completely done. I am going to bake this in an oven, grill this in an oven. So I extract that and I'll grill it in an oven, and I'll still cook it some more in the stew. So in all those processes, if you let the meat cook completely, it's going to fall apart, and that is not what we want. We want it to be tender and soft and juicy, yet at the same time not fall apart. So I am going to go in with some oil and put that in the oven. Now we're not throwing away our stock. Guys, this is the flavor. This is the base, the stock base of our stew, and I'm using the same pot for my stew. So I put that aside, and then we're going to add some vegetable oil, and this is oil that I have used in frying chicken before. So we're going to go in with a generous amount and not too generous, and when it's heated up, we're going to add our onions, and I am going to drop some bay leaves, and I am just going to let that fry. Are you seeing how the flavors are building up and infusing into each other? So you want to go into your oven and check if your goat meat is roasted on one side, and you flip it to the other side and roast that. You just time it perfectly, but I did mine for about 20 minutes, and that is 20 minutes on each side. Oh, was it 10 minutes? So now the tomatoes here, what I poured in, I had the base of my stew already, and this is not tin tomatoes. This is just very rich long sweet peppers that I blended with tomatoes and onions and scotch bonnet. The normal blending of the stew, I did that separate, and when my onions has fried till this golden brown, I added that, and then when it has fried some more, you go in with your goat meat and you give that a quick stir, and I am going to go in with some seasoning cubes, and I will let that cook until the goat meat is still a little bit tender. So guys, if you're just watching my channel, or you're visiting my channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit on that subscribe button and consider being a part of this wonderful family, okay? I promise you there are lots of creative recipes here. You will never run out of ideas on this channel, trust me. And to my old subscribers, so much love from your girl, Jerica Squad, okay? Alright, so now we're going to go in with our sauce, and we're going to, that's the stock where we cooked our goat's meat, and we're going to add it layer upon layer until all the flavors are nicely infused into each other. Look how vibrant, how rich, how elegant the stew is looking. Beautiful. The aroma is out of this world. You will smell nothing like goat meat, and yet you still enjoy the taste. If you want the goat meat stew that smells like goat meat, don't worry, I got a recipe for that as well. And guys, after frying this for about 10 extra minutes until all the water had extracted, this is what we have. Deliciousness, a pot of deliciousness. Thank you so much for watching. See you.